you so much for joining me today. Today we are going to be doing a pick-a-pile reading on what do you need to stop apologizing for. I've got 3 piles in front of me today, so let's go ahead and take a look. Pile number 1, we have my sacrifice card for pile number 1. Pile number 2, we have the third eye chakra for pile number 2. And pile number 3, we have truth coming out for pile number 3. If you already know what pile you belong to, feel free to check that out in the description below, or the timestamps will be on the screen in a moment. You can pause if you need a couple more minutes. Otherwise, I am super excited to share with you guys today. You're going to be getting a sneak peek at my new Tipsy Tarot deck. This has been like 5 years in the making for me. I'm so excited to show that to you. Otherwise, let me know down in the comments how this resonated with you, and I will see you guys at your reading. Bye! Hi friends! Thank you so much for joining me today. If you chose Sacrifice, pile number 1, then this is your reading. Now this sacrifice card is very striking to me. There's these gorgeous flowers in the clouds in the background. She's waist deep in water. So right now you might feel like you're having to pit your dreams against other people's opinions. And I feel almost as if you need to stop apologizing for the sacrifices that you make, for the things that you choose to do. But let's go ahead and dive deeper into the pre-shuffled oracle. Ooh, you have workaholic coming out. We have number 51, delay. Maybe there's something here that requires a lot of time, effort, patience. Maybe it's something you have to like consistently work at. Other people might not understand because they might not see the vision. Interesting. There's so many colors involved as well. Maybe there's someone that you have to like use colorful language with. Interesting. Looking at these situations card, I've got obsession. Yeah, you need to stop apologizing for your passion. For your passion, for where you are deciding to like spend your time and on what. We've also got escapade, vacation, a hideaway, adventure coming out with that. And then for my animal spirit card, we have the bear. This is an earth sign energy. That's going to be Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo coming out. Now the bear talks very heavily about like awaking from a spiritual slumber. So what do I see you not apologizing for? I see you not apologizing for going on some kind of vacation, for working really, really hard towards a project and then allowing yourself to take a break and relax. It's almost like you've had tunnel vision for so long and now you're out of the tunnel, and so you're allowing yourself to look around and enjoy. Interesting. There's something here about indulgence, and I find that so funny because that's almost the exact opposite of sacrifice to me. But in the same way, like indulgences in like old style Christian culture, indulgences were like bought to like secure your place in heaven, essentially. So it was seen as like a substitute sacrifice for your place in hell. Interesting. Maybe someone's angry at you that you're not as miserable as them, and you need to stop apologizing for that. For the fact that like you have a strong passion, and maybe even like this huge will to travel, this huge urge to explore. And I don't think you should hold back from that. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the tarot now. Get a deeper look at what do you need to stop apologizing for. Now, I did mention this in the intro, but we're actually using my new Tipsy Tarot deck. I spent 5 years creating this. I'm so excited to preview it. It's not going to be out for launch for a couple months at a minimum, but still, I'm excited to be able to use my own deck on my own channel. So pile number 1, we've got my 6 of Swords. Maybe there's like some preconceived notion about what you should be doing with your life. And with my 6 of Swords, it's actually a 6 of Darts in this deck, but my 6 of Swords coming out, that talks about being like on a journey. With it being in reverse, because the 6 of Swords can also indicate travel, what do you need to stop apologizing for like your lifestyle? Maybe for some kind of vacation that you're going on, some kind of like PTO that you're taking, some kind of break. My 6 of Swords indicating travel there, and that being in reverse. You don't need to feel bad about taking time to yourself. This could even be like you're a mother and you need like a weekend off, and you know, having kids touching you all the time. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You need to stop apologizing for it. I honestly personally consider like motherhood to be a full-time job. I could never, and I commend those that can. We have my Four of Cups in reverse. Oh no, that's upright. We have my Four of Cups. It's a Bloody Mary there. I'm not sure why it's shining like that, but that's okay. Continue. We have my Three of Coins. I can often talk about cooperation. I feel like you are very cooperative given your circumstances. Maybe you even like look back at a time when you had more support or help. And maybe people don't recognize that about you, that you don't have that anymore. We have my Queen of Darts over here, Queen of Swords in this deck. And that's coming out in reverse with the underneath the Six of Swords in reverse. Maybe there's a need to like stop apologizing for the way that you are. Because again, I'm getting this sense of like there used to be a lot more support, or like there's a reason behind why you make the decisions that you do or why you work the way that you do. Can I get a little bit more, please? One or two. Ooh, we have El Diablo. We have the Devil coming out. Yeah, again, like there's a reason. There's some kind of, I don't know if it's trauma or maybe like a karmic lesson that you've learned in the past. This kind of reminds me, this is so funny. Like when I was in college, I used to hang around people who did like illicit substances, and you know, for a while it was fun in my early 20s, but as I got older, like I got away from that kind of like temptation, and now I just don't go around it. And a lot of the friends that I had from that time period, they asked me to come hang out, and I'm like, no thanks, because the only support that I really have there is mixed in with my, it's like tied in with my participation. So you might be pulling away from a lot of people who just aren't compatible with your current lifestyle. It's almost as if like something has changed in your values and your principles. Can we get one more, please? We have my Ten of Cups in reverse coming out. Okay. We have the World in reverse and the Pope in reverse on the back and middle of the deck. Wow, there's a lot of energy here. Okay. With the Devil upright and the Ten of Cups right next to that, it's almost like, again, maybe you're choosing some kind of alternative lifestyle. Maybe like you don't want a family, you don't want kids. Maybe you want like a career, or maybe you just want to travel, something like that. And I feel like there's almost like some kind of tradition that other people are trying to like force on you, but it's not right. We have Justice right behind the Pope, and that's in reverse. So it's like it's not right to try to force you into this lifestyle that you would be miserable in. We have the World in reverse with the Queen of Wands, my Queen of Matches. This is such a gorgeous card, and it's an apple teeny for the drink. With the World being in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse, it's like you may feel helpless, like to try to defend where you're at, maybe in like taking a break. Again, this is kind of giving me the energy of like mom who needs a weekend off and is feeling that like mom guilt for it. But I don't think you should feel that guilt. In fact, we actually have a lot of masculines here that are coming out in reverse. So I feel like more of the responsibility needs to be managed by someone else, by some kind of support here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and just grab some charms. But I do hope that helped. I think that's where I'm going to leave that today. Thank you guys again for joining me. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Etsy for private readings if you're interested in that. I want to get some initials for you here. Let's see if I can. I got one initial. That's so funny. Okay. You have a couple fortunes. It says a wish will be granted after a long delay. We have friends long absent are coming back to you. Yeah, maybe there are some people that are coming back to you, but like your circumstances in life have changed. Maybe you're realizing that you're not compatible with them anymore, and I don't think you need to be apologetic for that either. We also have you will be fortunate if you accept the next proposition you hear. We have my Five of Pentacles in reverse, so I do see you coming out of some kind of misfortune, maybe thanks to some kind of partnership with my ring here. Ooh, someone might have brown hair. I have the initial I. I have a zipper, so I do feel as if you've been feeling stuck for a while, maybe in some kind of routine, and it's time to like get out of that, like shake it off, you know? I'm gonna grab you a quick angel number, and I think that's where I'm gonna let it go today. Thank you guys again for joining me. I really did appreciate having you. Your angel number is 1235. 1235. Oh, it's like you're skipping a step. You're skipping 4. 4 is often about stability, so maybe stability is missing in some kind of routine. I've also got Sagittarius coming out, as well as moon energy. So Sagittarius moon might be significant. Okay, thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi, friends. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you chose the third eye chakra, pile number 2, then you were at your reading. Thank you so much for joining me today. So right off the bat, what do you need to stop apologizing for? Your intuition. The third eye chakra is all about foresight, baby. So maybe you've been getting some intuitive hits and you've been doubting yourself, but I feel like you shouldn't. I want to take a look at the animal spirit energy cards first because I haven't taken a look at any of these. We have the Nightingale. It's one of my favorite cards. This is an air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Someone might be a musician or a singer here, maybe a public speaker, or an influencer. Weird. With the Nightingale here, what do you need to stop apologizing for? Speaking the truth. Speaking the truth here about what you're seeing, about what you're predicting. Your pattern recognition is on point, and there's someone who wants to shut you up, or people who doubt you. Ooh, you need to stop apologizing for your gift. We have the Frog. This is both an earth sign and a water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus coming out. The biggest message about the Frog is that the Frog was never made to carry a heavy burden here. Maybe you're in the beginning of some type of spiritual journey, or accessing your gift here. You might be a reader like myself. And maybe you feel like there's quite a lot coming at you spiritually, and maybe you don't have a community to talk to. Maybe you're being misunderstood by the people around you as well. So maybe having that perspective shift of like I'm not wrong. I'm just not surrounded by people who understand what I'm going through, who understand my experiences. You know? Okay, sorry, let's continue. We've got Scorpio. Scorpio coming out. I love Scorpios, but I'm not gonna lie. I've had a handful of Scorpios in my life where for some reason their specific energy really triggers like clairvoyance in me, and I'm typically claircognizant. Clairvoyance is very exhausting for me. It's like touching a live wire sometimes. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a very psychic group, or if you have a gift and it is either evolving or getting stronger or more intense. If this is not spiritual, it could be a gift again like singing, maybe intelligence or speaking. That I'm really getting that this is spiritual though. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. We have on the table, offer, proposal, commitment. And then we have roller coaster. Adrenaline rush there. Okay. Her. Interesting. So what do you need to stop apologizing for? For being honest. Even if it hurts other people's feelings. Even if it makes them a little emotionally intense. Even if it makes you out to be like some kind of bad guy or villain. Even though you're just defending yourself or defending someone else by telling them what's about to happen. I do see someone here who is very in awe of your gift. And they might want to offer you something. And I think that would be a really good step moving forward in accepting this gift yourself. So what do you need to stop apologizing for? Realistically, it's just using the gift that you were given. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't feel doubtful of yourself. Interesting. I want to go ahead and grab some tarot. I want to dive deeper into this. I wouldn't be surprised if we end up with a lot of major arcana here, because this pile has me a little wigged out. Now, for this, we're going to be using my new deck. This is my Tipsy Tarot deck. I spent 5 years creating this. It's not out for launch yet, but I want to give you guys a quick preview since I just got the prototype. So let's take a look at pile number 2. What do they need to stop apologizing for? My pile number 2s. Ooh! Okay, we have my 7 of coins in reverse. We have my 2 of darts in reverse. you know what this is giving me? This is giving me, what is it? The myth of, I think Cassandra, the Oracle Cassandra, where it's like she was cursed by Apollo, I believe, to make accurate prophecies, but no one ever listens to her. That's what this is giving me, because my Two of Darts usually talks about like having the wool over your eyes. When I'm seeing it in reverse, it's like violently being ripped off. That's why when I made this card, I made it very important that she was playing darts with a blindfold on. And then my Seven of Coins in reverse, which talks all about harvest, harvesting what you've sown here. So to see both of these in reverse, it's almost like you shouldn't feel bad for making predictions that almost sound unbelievable. Maybe to like the regular person, that maybe you're like this could even be like maybe you're a conspiracy theorist, or there's like a specific theory that you follow very strongly, that you believe in really strongly. It has to do with faith, I feel like, but I'd see the Pope if that was the case. Ooh, okay. We have the High Priestess. That's so funny, because this used to be known as the Popess. The Popess. The High Priestess. Oh, gorgeous. Again, there's something here about like past, present, future. Something here about foresight, intuition being highlighted. Can we get a couple more? We have Temperance and the Five of Matches. I feel like you've been battling with this internally for a long time. Maybe on whether or not it's something that you could explore. Maybe there's some kind of like religious shame here. I mean, I'm a Catholic that does tarot, so I totally get that. Interesting. Can I get one more, please, Spirit? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, we're gonna take those two. Oh, we've got my Queen of Coins in reverse, and we've got my Two of Cups. Okay, all right. Whoa, ouch, my eye. It's so funny. Maybe you're keeping one eye shut in some kind of love situation, because that started itching just as I touched my Queen of Cups. There's also something here about finances. I almost feel like you're not going to pay for love. And that might be something that you need to stop apologizing for, too. Like having some kind of standards in love. Or expectations. You don't need to keep lowering your standards for someone else. And I actually feel it even more with this pile, because this feels like the type of person, you feel like the type of person who will give someone chance after chance, even though you know who they are at their core. You know how they're going to treat you. You know it's not going to be great. And you give them chance after chance to prove you wrong, and they will use each chance to teach you that you cannot trust them. And so that might be part of like this internal conflict, is you might feel like you meet someone and you know right off the bat whether or not they're gonna try to cause you some form of harm here. Okay, like whether that's emotional or otherwise. I feel like you have like a crazy red flag radar. Okay, I want to really quickly grab an angel number and some charms for you. I think that's where we're going to leave it off. I've got Gemini coming out. Interesting, with the moon as well. For your angel number, I've got 456. 456 angel number meaning. Type that into your browser. That'll be your message from Spirit. Okay. We have a couple initials, handful of charms. For your fortune, it says, friends long absent are coming back to you. We've got someone with brown hair coming out. I've got a blue heron on my little penny, my smushed penny here. So you might be getting a message soon. Maybe a spiritual message with that heron. Oh, maybe you love Halloween. I've got my little witch on a broomstick here. Or maybe, again, maybe you are like a tarot reader like I am. Or you partake in some kind of magical art, maybe alchemy. We got the magician here. I do see you having things under control. So I don't think there's any need to doubt yourself. I do see you being a little locked up when it comes to love. You got my dog tag. There might be a long distance relationship here. I do see you wanting to take some kind of vacation, maybe get to the tropics. We've got my starfish as well to double that message. And then for the initials, we have MVG. MVG. Grandma? GM, grandma? Maybe someone's grandma has. I don't know. All right, well, that's what I'm seeing for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure to check out my private reads on Etsy. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments how this resonated with you. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye! Hi, pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you chose this truth card, then you are at your pile. Today, we're going to be taking a look at what do you need to stop apologizing for. With this truth card, I mean, that feels too on the nose to ignore. It feels like part of what you need to stop apologizing for is the truth, maybe your side of the story. Interesting. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look. I was surprised that this pile got 2 oracles. So the first one is perfection. I don't know why I touched this card and I thought about Gordon Ramsay. Maybe that's significant to someone. We also have complacency coming out next to perfection. Maybe some kind of brutal truth. That's what you need to stop apologizing for. Ooh, we have maliciousness in reverse, though. Okay, let me make a disclaimer here. If the truth is going to come out extremely hostile and you care about this person, you need to care enough to find a way to talk to them about it. Like, I used to have a friend, he was, like, yelling at me about how I could have, like, depressive episodes, and it puts me in this, like, complacent episode, in this complacent energy. And honestly, like, it would have been 100 times more helpful if he had just sat me down and was like, hey, I'm concerned about you, and offered support instead of outright yelling. But I'm not getting the sense that, like, your energy is malicious, but I do want to note as a shadow trait that maybe it is important to reflect on how we're treating the people around us, because I will never say that you should not apologize for berating or degrading someone or being verbally abusive, because that's not acceptable. Outside of that, though, I don't think that you should apologize for the truth. I think that you absolutely should be a truth teller, even if it's a little bit difficult for someone to hear. You should be able to trust yourself and the security of the relationship to talk about it and work through it. We have the gazelle. Ooh, this is hyper-aware. This is hyper-tuned, hyper-vigilant coming out. That's a fire sign energy. Leo, Sagittarius, Aries coming out. Oh, this gorgeous gazelle. I'm going to keep going because that came with a huge burst of energy. We have history coming out, past and happened. That's exactly what I thought. And then we have pretending, fake, living beyond means. I feel like this fake, living beyond means and complacency card almost go hand in hand. This is reminding me, it's like a movie clip that I saw once where this guy, the girl next to him tells him that he's bored, and he's like, no, I'm not bored. Like, that's the issue with all you people. Like, you are all so incredibly bored unless it beeps and it flashes in your face, then it can't keep your attention. And that's kind of what I'm getting here is you might be surrounded by a lot of people who live in, like, echo chambers where it's just people who, like, agree with them and don't push them in any way. Or even, this could be like on a material realm, where you're surrounded by a bunch of people who would rather, like, fake it, who are fixated on that kind of, like, material growth, where it's like all they can think about is getting, like, a Ferrari or looking good on the gram. I don't see you wanting that. I see you wanting, like, a full-bodied experience. I don't see you being cruel in that either, but I do see you not tolerating this kind of, it's almost like snake energy, weirdly enough. And maybe you've seen this before. It almost feels stunted, not snake energy. It feels like a stunted energy here, where it's like, maybe there are people around you who, like, haven't really grown up. Yeah, like, they never really changed. They're still the same. The past is, like, repeating itself. Maybe you're hyper aware of that. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead and grab and look into the tarot to get some more information here. I'm actually so excited. I'm going to be using my new Tipsy Tarot deck. I spent 5 years making this. It's not out for launch yet, but it will be in a couple months, hopefully. This is just a prototype, and I want to give you guys a preview. So let's take a look. Pile number 3, we've got my King of Cups. I see you having so much love in your heart. So much love and care for other people. Again, because like I said, like, I'm not going to condone any abusive language, but I do completely understand the concept of, like, being concerned and being, honest with someone about why you're concerned and hoping to reach a resolution through that. We've got my Two of Cups. This is giving a real, almost earth sign energy to confrontation, where it's like, maybe you're thinking that there needs to be, like, a solution. And so you're bringing the issue up to this person, and you're like, well, you can do A, B, or C. And that person is like, no, like, you just don't get it. And so I almost feel like part of your truth is that, like, you do try to understand the best of your abilities, but sometimes maybe that ability isn't appreciated. Maybe it's misunderstood. We have my Temperance card in reverse here. Okay. I feel like you only have the World. Okay, yeah, I feel like you wait. I feel like you wait to see how things are going to pan out for someone. And then when the timing is decent or right, you, like, stop them and talk to them about it. And I don't think that you need to be apologetic for it. Maybe you think about it and you're like, man, like, was I being harsh, or, like, did I make them uncomfortable? But I think it actually shows that you care. We have my Two of Swords next to the World over here. So there might be something that you're blind to. What is that? Nine of Cups. I usually think of my Nine of Cups as, like, a contentment card, as, like, a happy card. We have my Eight of Swords in reverse over here. Two of Coins behind it. Maybe you don't want to tell people about your struggles. Or maybe because you're so solution-oriented, that could be that Two of Darts, where, like, you're so solution-oriented that it almost, like, removes, like, the empathetic bond of the connection. Yeah, we have my Eight of Coins. Again, I usually take my Eight of Coins as, like, hard work, but this feels like analytical, like, solution-based. Again, yeah, maybe you, like, try to bring a solution to the table, and it starts a conflict. And while this is still your truth, and you shouldn't apologize for trying to help, right? You shouldn't apologize for trying to help, but maybe tweaking your approach here would yield better results if we're going to look at this analytically, because it doesn't look like the love, the care that you're trying to, like, output is being absorbed properly. Yeah, and maybe this is one of those situations where it's like, you've tried this approach 100 times, and it always results in this kind of conflict, so why do you keep trying it? I do see we have my Nine of Matches at the bottom, my Nine of Wands, so I do see a note not to give in, maybe to come out of some kind of isolation with my Hermit card there. Yeah, maybe you're thinking about, like, your part in a conversation that escalated really quickly. And while I don't think that you need to be apologetic for, bringing it up, bringing the truth to them, there might be a need to, like, tweak your approach, or maybe listening as well. Maybe you need to listen to this person. Interesting. Such an interesting pile. Let's go ahead. We're going to grab a quick angel number. We've got 627. Ooh, oh, 627, angel number meaning. That'll be your message from Spirit. We've got Pisces coming out. I've also got Mercury coming out. So again, communication. Something here about communication needs to be slightly tweaked. Oh, thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to grab some charms. Make sure to check out my private readings on my Etsy. Like, comment, subscribe. The first thing, we have the Star coming out. So I do see healing coming towards you. Maybe with someone that you love, because we have I love you coming out. I have you are capable, competent, creative, careful. Prove it. Such an earth sign energy. We also have stop searching forever. Happiness is just right next to you. The other descriptions is ghost. Yeah, there may be someone that you ghosted that loves you. Maybe this could be long distance. We've got my long distance card coming out. And then for the initials, we've got E, J, T, O, I. That's what I'm seeing for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.